Hi, good morning, everybody. Again, it's time for me to tell you a little bit more about myself and where I've lived in the world and my experiences. So, I've taught in Thailand, I've taught in Korea, I've taught in Qatar, I've taught in Malaysia. I've then started the business in 2015, and I've been living in Chiang Mai for the last 10 years with my family. And that's really only because of beginning with the TEFL course back in 2004. So I kind of did my teaching. I then went back to the UK. I got a PGCE. I taught in some international schools. And then I thought, my goodness, why can't I write a course and introduce it to more people? Because I felt a lot of people get scared off by TEFL. They think it's too difficult. They think it's beyond what they can do. They don't think they can get it. But I designed the courses to help people get their TEFL qualification with the help of some really well written content, some unique scenarios, and I'm hoping that you enjoy it. And again, I'll go back to the original point, which was it's all about your authentic self. So it's taking yourself into the classroom and having fun, relaxing. Once that happens, once you connect with your students, they're going to learn more, you're going to have more fun, and you're going to want to do more teaching. So let's quickly talk about the courses we've got on offer. So we've got the 120-hour TEFL, we've got the 160-hour TEFL, we've got the Level 5 TEFL Diploma, which is probably the best qualification we have, because it's an off-qual regulated qualification by the UK government. So it's a CELTA equivalent, and employers will pay you a better salary. They will know that you've done a really good course and you've got that knowledge. So it's definitely worth considering. But let's talk about each of those. The level 5 can take little bit longer than the 120, so often people get the 120 and they get going and they teach. So let's look at each of those. Let's begin with the 120-hour course. We'll then move on to the 160-hour course, and then we'll talk about the level 5, sorry. And then we're going to talk about the sort of jobs available over the next few videos. So what I'm trying to do is give you a picture of TEFL Fullcircle and how it can help you achieve your dream of teaching and living in a foreign country, because there's nothing else like it. If you go to Korea, for example, and experience their culture and their food, you're going to meet some like-minded people. If you decide to go to Japan, it's just a great experience. Thailand as well. Thailand is there's lots to discover in Thailand. I think I've lived there with my family for 11 years in Chiang Mai in the north of Thailand. It's a beautiful country. And then there's some other places. The Middle East is a well-paid destination for TEFL teachers. And also another great experience. The Middle East is very different from Asia, which you're going to find out. And some of you might teach in Europe as well. But all of these possibilities, all of these countries, you can do it. And you can do it by getting a TEFL qualification to begin with. One of the main reasons I set up the company was to try to make the TEFL Fullcircle course more affordable for people. I think the price of the level 5 is about £249.99, which does seem a lot, but based on the salary you're going to get, you'll quickly pay that off and it'll be worth it. So I think for all of us, the temptation is to think, well, £250 or £200 is a lot. It is a lot of money, but try to look at it in terms of the return on investment it's going to give you. It will change your life. Living in a different country changes people's lives, and to give back to your students is another wonderful thing to do. So let's keep talking. Let me tell you as much as I can. Let me give you my experience. Let me give you my knowledge. And then we'll sort of try to get a little bit more specific about how do you do it. Can you fit it into your work schedule? How do you do it? How do you get to that dream destination? How do you get to that beach in Thailand? How do you get to Seoul in Korea? How do you get to Tokyo in Japan? How do you actually get there? Well, it's not as difficult as you think. So you definitely need the TEFL course. We work with some really good recruiters. They're going to connect with you. We're going to do an interview. We're going to get you over to that dream destination. And I don't think you'll look back. And even if you do only spend 12 months abroad, when you come back, your future employers will look at your CV and think, wow, this is interesting. This is exactly the type of person we're looking for. And it's always a conversational point for you. So you're going to meet your friends, you're going to tell them about your experiences, you're going to sit down in the interview with your employers and tell them about that. It's lifelong learning in motion. And I think the reason I'm doing this is to try to tell you what TEFL Fullcircle is, how it can help you at an affordable price, and how can we help you get to that place you've always thought about living.